Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? Today we're going really small,
Like really small.
talking about an atom so unstable.
It's practically vibrating itself apart.
It's true. We're talking about an atom that basically exists.
On the brink of what's physically possible.
So where'd we find this,
This crazy story.
yeah. Well, it's all thanks to this article from the U.S. Department of Energy's website.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's called Scientists Just Measured an Atom on the Brink of Existence.
Catchy.
I know, right? And it's not an exaggeration either.
No.
They published it just this month,
Wow.
detailing some incredible research happening over at the Facility for Rare Isotope Beams,
FRIB.
FRIB. They're giving us a peek into this wild world of nuclear halos.
And all the forces that hold atoms together.
Or don't.
Right.
To really understand all this, we got to first understand.
The concept of the proton drip line.
Yeah, the proton drip line.
Sounds kind of intense.
It does, yeah. What is this drip line?
Okay, so think of it.
Like for atoms.
Like the edge of a cliff for atoms. Okay.
It's the line where atoms become
So unstable,
Yeah.
they just can't hold on.
to any more protons.
So are they like dripping protons?
Okay.
Is that where the name comes from?
Yep, it's all about this delicate balancing act between
Oh, here we
two
go.
fundamental forces in the universe.
Okay.
The strong nuclear force and the electromagnetic force.
I've heard of those.
So the strong force is incredibly strong,
Okay.
but it only works over teeny tiny distances.
Got it.
It's what binds protons and neutrons together
Okay.
in the nucleus of an atom.
Mm-hmm.
The electromagnetic force, on the other hand, is all about charges.
Okay.
Like charges repel,
Right.
and it acts over a much larger distance.
So in a stable atom, like the ones we know and love,
The strong force is winning
yeah,
that tug of war.
keeping all those protons crammed together.
Yes.
But what happens if we just keep adding...
More and more protons.
Oh, is that even possible?
Well, yeah. In a way,
Okay.
the electromagnetic force gets stronger,
Uh-huh.
pushing those protons apart,
So they're like,
repelling.
yeah.
So at the proton drip line, it's like the electromagnetic force is finally winning.
No.
The atom becomes
Unstable.
so unstable that it's actually more favorable for it
To just like...
to just spit out a proton
What?
to regain some stability.
And that's where
That's where aluminum-22 comes in.
our main character,
Yes.
an isotope of aluminum,
With 13 protons.
and 9 neutrons,
It's hanging on.
right on that proton drip line.
Right on the edge.
But wait,
You said isotope?
isotope.
Can you write us what exactly isotopes are?
Yeah, what are they and why do they even matter?
Okay, so isotopes are basically atoms.
Of the same element.
Yes, they have the same number of protons.
Okay.
But
To different number of neutrons.
neutrons, right.
No, even though neutrons don't have an electrical charge,
Yeah.
they're critical for
A nuclear.
nuclear stability.
Yeah.
They actually contribute to the strong force. Oh, so they help keep...
Keep that nucleus from bursting apart.
Got it. So aluminum-22
With its relatively low number of neutrons.
is living on the edge,
Basically, yeah.
and because of that,
It might even be doing some
strange thing.
really strange and unusual things.
Right.
Like forming a nuclear halo.
Whoa, okay. Nuclear halos.
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay, so we all know the typical picture of an atom.
Right. The dense core.
Protons and neutrons with
Yeah.
electrons zipping around.
But near the proton drip line,
Things get a little
fuzzy.
fuzzy. What do you mean?
Uh-huh. Not like it grows a beard.
Okay, good.
It's more like the core is still there.
Yeah.
But one or two protons or neutrons are only loosely attached.
Hmm.
They end up orbiting at a much larger distance.
So it's like the atom is wearing...
A diffuse, ghostly halo.
Whoa, that is wild. So they think aluminum-22.
Might actually have one of these proton halos.
Right.
It's right on that proton drip line.
Yeah.
And combined with other properties they've observed, it's a strong candidate.
For having a
proton halo.
This is so cool.
This makes the discovery even more exciting.
Yeah.
Because halos are still a bit of a mystery.
Okay, now for the real question.
How do they measure it?
Yes. How in the world do you measure something as tiny and as short-lived as this thing?
You're telling me?
I mean, it practically disappears as soon as it appears.
Right. It takes some serious scientific ingenuity.
Yeah.
And some incredible technology.
I bet.
First, they had to actually create aluminum-22.
Can you just create it?
Well, it's incredibly rare.
Right.
They did this at FRIB
Okay.
by smashing a beam of regular aluminum atoms into a target.
Okay.
This creates a shower of different isotopes.
Okay.
including
Squeeze.
our elusive aluminum-22.
So they create this tiny atom that's essentially blinking in and out of existence.
Basically,
And what?
then comes the tricky part.
Oh, boy.
They have to separate it from all the other isotopes
Okay.
and slow it down enough.
To study
Yes, to do this, they use
powerful
magnets
Okay.
and a device called the Advanced Cryogenic Gas Stopper.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds intense.
It is.
Like some atomic billiards.
I like that analogy.
So once they have a bunch of aluminum-22 ions,
At a manageable speed, they trap them
prep them.
in something called a penning trap.
A penning trap.
Yeah.
What is that?
Imagine a tiny invisible cage made entirely of energy,
Okay.
holding this incredibly unstable atom in place.
It was long enough to study it.
Exactly. That's what a penning trap is.
Okay.
They use electric and magnetic fields to confine the charged particles.
So once those aluminum-22 ions are trapped,
They were finally able to measure its mass
hold on,
with mind-blowing precision.
they trapped this ultra-rare, unstable atom,
Yeah.
and then they were able to measure its mass. How precise are we talking?
It's incredible. Remember, this atom has a half-life of just 91 milliseconds.
Oh, my pigs.
It decays incredibly quickly. But they were able to measure its mass with a precision better than 20 parts per billion.
Wow, can you put that into...
Perspective.
Yeah.
That's like measuring the weight of a single grain of sand on a beach from miles away.
You're kidding. That's absolutely astonishing.
It is pretty incredible.
This whole process is just...
A feat of engineering.
Yeah. But why go through all this effort
Right.
for one tiny fleeting atom?
That's the beauty of it.
What's the big deal here?
This isn't just about aluminum-22.
Okay.
This is about opening a window into the fundamental forces that govern our entire universe.
Oh, wow.
By studying these extreme atoms.
On the very edge of existence.
Yes.
Okay.
We can test and refine our theories about the very nature of matter.
Oh, wow.
Understand the limits of nuclear stability and potentially unlock new knowledge.
That could
Other fields like astrophysics and even medicine.
So it's like a ripple effect.
Precisely. By pushing the boundaries, we create new avenues of exploration.
Imagine this research could help us understand
How elements are formed
Yeah.
in the fiery hearts of stars.
Whoa.
Or maybe even lead to new medical applications
Yeah.
using radioactive isotopes.
That's incredible.
It is.
We've covered a lot already.
A lot of ground.
But let's shift gears and dive into how this research could impact our understanding of the universe on a larger scale.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we've established that this tiny atom could have huge implications for fields like astrophysics and medicine.
It's true.
It's amazing to think that something so small and fleeting can unlock
Big secrets about the universe.
Yeah, but how can studying aluminum-22 help us test
And refine.
our nuclear theories?
Okay, so our current understanding of the atom's nucleus is based on a lot of theoretical models and years of experimental observations.
But even the best models have limitations, right?
Right. They sometimes struggle to predict how nuclei will behave in extreme conditions, like those found near the Proton Dripline.
So aluminum-22 is basically a
stress test.
Yeah, for these nuclear theories.
Like, okay, model, let's see if you can handle this.
Exactly.
By measuring the properties of aluminum-22,
Such
incredible precision.
We can directly compare that data to the predictions of our models.
Exactly.
If the measurements match up with the predictions, it reinforces our confidence in those models.
Right.
But if they don't match up,
that tells us there are gaps in our understanding.
Gaps!
And we need to go back
to the drawing board.
And refine those theories.
You know, I have a feeling that aluminum-22
might have a few surprises in store.
Yeah. Being so unique and existing in such an extreme environment.
It definitely has the potential to shake things up.
In what way?
For example, the possibility of a proton halo.
Around aluminum-22
could challenge our traditional assumptions about how protons are distributed
within
the nucleus.
So we usually picture the nucleus
as this densely packed sphere of protons and neutrons. Halos suggest that for certain isotopes,
near the drip line,
it might be more of a diffuse,
cloud-like structure.
More like a cloud.
Wow, so we're essentially redrawing the very picture of the atom.
As we push further
out on the periodic table.
And get closer to this drip line.
It's amazing to think that the simple model of the atom we all learned
in school,
might not be the whole story.
It might not be.
It really highlights how science...
A constant process
Like,
of discovery, refinement.
And there's always more to learn.
More to-
Every new discovery changes our understanding of the universe.
Absolutely.
Speaking of changing our understanding,
Yes.
you mentioned that this research has applications in...
Astrophysics and medicine.
Okay, let's start with astrophysics.
Okay.
Can you give us some concrete examples of how understanding aluminum-22
Could be relevant.
to our understanding of the cosmos?
Of course. Think about the formation of elements in stars.
Okay.
It's a process that involves
Nuclear reactions.
at temperatures and pressures that are almost unimaginable
Right.
by studying isotopes like aluminum-22,
Which are...
right on the edge of stability
We can get a glimpse into the types of reactions that are happening.
in these stellar environments.
So by studying these unusual atoms
Peeking back in time
to the birth of stars and the creation of the
to
elements,
make up everything around us.
that is incredible.
It really highlights the interconnectedness of everything in the universe.
Yeah.
Nuclear physics allows us to connect the dots
Mm-hmm.
between the smallest particles and the grand cosmic story.
It's mind-blowing to think that by studying something as tiny as an atom...
We can unlock secrets
about the vastness of space.
about the vastness of space.
Okay, what about applications in...
Medicine.
Yeah, how could aluminum-22
Or other
be
isotopes.
useful in that field?
Well, radioactive isotopes have already revolutionized medicine,
Yeah,
particularly when it comes to diagnosis and treatment,
I've heard of...
medical imaging,
Yeah,
where certain isotopes are used to visualize
organs and tissue.
organs and tissues. Exactly.
And then there's radiation therapy
Where isotopes are used.
to target and destroy cancerous cells.
But could an isotope like aluminum-22
With its short half-life,
actually have practical applications?
it's certainly possible.
Okay.
Its short half-life could actually be advantageous
Oh, how?
for very targeted therapies
Okay.
where you want to deliver a highly focused dose of radiation,
Hmm?
very specific area,
With how?
affecting the surrounding healthy tissues.
Right.
Of course, this is still in the very early stages of exploration.
Okay.
A lot more research is needed.
To fully
The
understand.
potential medical applications.
It's exciting to think that this discovery could have...
Has far-reaching implications.
Yeah, it's a great reminder that even the most seemingly abstract research
Can eventually lead to breakthroughs.
that benefit humanity.
Absolutely.
But-
It's like we're explorers charting.
A vast, uncharted territory, and we never know what strange and wonderful things we might find.
Lurking in the depths of the nuclear landscape.
Exactly.
Speaking of exploring new territory, you mentioned earlier that FRIB will eventually be able to produce even more exotic isotopes.
That's right.
What does that mean for the future of this type of research?
I mean,
What other mysteries might be out there waiting to be uncovered?
who knows?
FRB sounds like a total game changer
It is.
for nuclear physics.
It really is.
What other kinds of research are they doing over there?
Um,
Is it all about the Proton Dripline?
well, FRIB is designed to be incredibly versatile.
Okay.
It can produce a wide range of
Rare.
rare isotopes,
Okay.
many of which have never been studied before.
Wow.
This opens up a whole new world
Of possibilities.
for nuclear physics research.
Like what could they explore?
Well, for example, they can explore neutron-rich isotopes,
Okay.
which are crucial for understanding
What happens in?
supernova explosions
Whoa.
and how heavy elements are created.
So it's not just about pushing towards that proton drip line,
Right.
but really exploring,
The entire landscape of the nucleus.
trying to fill in all the gaps in our knowledge,
Exactly.
see what other amazing things are out there.
See what we can find.
That's what's so exciting about science.
It never ends.
There's always a new discovery waiting around the corner,
Always something new.
always another layer to peel back.
Exactly.
And it's not just about finding the answers,
Yeah.
right? It's about all the new questions.
That those answers lead to?
Yeah, like this never-ending cycle.
Of curiosity and exploration.
We've covered aluminum-22.
This crazy proton drip line.
Yeah.
The amazing work happening at FRIB.
But before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
A little sum to ponder.
Yeah, something to ponder.
Okay.
You know, we've spent all this time talking about
The tiniest of things?
the nucleus of an atom.
Right.
But what this research really shows
What does this show?
is how interconnected our universe truly is.
Yeah.
The same forces that determine the stability of a single atom are also the forces that
Galaxies.
ignite stars,
Right.
led to our very existence.
That's beautifully put.
It's a reminder that we're all part of this incredible cosmic story.
Written in the language of physics.
From the tiniest subatomic particles
to the largest structures
in the universe.
It's amazing.
As we continue to explore,
Push the boundaries of knowledge.
we're not just unraveling the mysteries of the universe, we're also discovering
more about
our place in it.
That's a perfect note to end on.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Into the atom on the brink.
And as always,
Keep exploring.
keep questioning.
And keep diving deep.
Into the wonders of science.
You never know what's out there.
Who knows what amazing discoveries await us?